business. The moment you come out and you want to work with somebody, they start behaving like you are controversial, you are difficult. They rather prefer to be with the other person because the person is already successful and you, the upcoming, they don't want to deal with you. That's the issue right now. It's not just about, you could come and say, but no one wants to work with you.
Yeah, but so you would want to sacrifice other women, young women, especially vulnerable ones, to a scheme that is so, terrible, and perhaps that would exploit them. Just so, do you understand the conundrum you find yourself in?
I do get it.
And it's difficult. Stephanie spoke a lot, Delali spoke a lot, and I'm speaking to Stan. So it does seem like the head of the organization is a problem, and it's quite difficult to actually, effect change if people are not ready to make sacrifices.
I know.
So, I just want to make this brief, but at least recount some of, the experiences you had that you think shouldn't have been in the case. For instance, not before we talked about, the statement where they said I had stripped off the title and all this kind of stuff. What were the leading, problems or the leading issues that you had with INA or the organization itself?
Okay, the first thing is that it's a family business. And mom, her sisters, everyone is a director of the company.
Okay.
So when I won, I didn't get my car immediately. It was like after some time that I got my car. So she had like a small item.
Is it a car I saw you driving? Is it still the same car?
No. I don't have any Miss Ghana car with me. No.
Oh, they took their car back?
They took the car, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Because I thought that was the car when I saw you the other time you were driving. But anyway,
No. So the first one up was the one driving one of the items because it was manual and I couldn't drive manual.
Okay.
So she was the one driving, but she was using her money to buy fuel. So we complained several times that she has to give us fuel money. And she said no, she can't give us fuel money.
Fuel money for what? If you are driving and going around looking for boys, why should INA pay?
For sponsors.
Okay, for sponsors.
Yeah, for sponsorship. So we're supposed to drive around and then go from one company to the other for sponsorship. But we asked for fuel allowance and she said no, she cannot give us fuel allowance. She should find her own way of getting fuel. So I think after 1 month, the first runner-up, she said she won't do it again. She's tired. So it was left with me and the second runner-up. Then she's like, so my car came and she gave me the car, but it was in her name and everything. And she said the car, it wasn't given to her by any sponsor. She bought it with her own money. So that means I have to now work for it before I can get it as mine.
Yeah, but then within your price package list, what was the car not part of the prices?
It was part of it.
So I've already worked for it by winning the pageant, wasn't it? So
yes. So I told her that, but that's what you didn't tell the world that. You told the world I'm getting a car. So how you got it, I don't care. She was like, well, if I don't care, then I have to care because she won't. I don't know what I did for her to get a car, and she can't give it to me just like that. So it became an argument, and my chaperone at that moment was like, I shouldn't say anything again. I'm like, but I don't care what you did to get the car because you want to please the public that you bought the car. You've given me a car as my price. So how you did it is none of my business. So that's where everything started happening. She wasn't giving me allowance. She was asking me to raise 10,000 Ghana cedis every month. And we moved into the Miss Ghana house, which was at Spintex, Manetville.
Okay.
I moved in with the first runner-up and second runner-up, but we were not talking to each other because she individually and said that this person said it about us. So we're basically like beefing with each other, not knowing why we're beefing with each other. We just hated ourselves because Ina said this about every person. So she would tell me that the first runner-up said, I am this, I am that, I am that. She would tell the first runner-up the same thing, so that we don't get together to come against her.
Okay.
So it was at one point that we decided to just talk, and we realized that she was using us. So we also played along. Whenever she comes to the office, we pretend not to be friends. And then that's the only way we were able to, get to know what she was trying to do. Now, she would tell us, I was paying for my transport as well, paying for my clothing. I told her several times that I cannot be doing this if she's not giving me money. And then she said the prize money, for instance, she's going to spread it over 1 year. I had 3,000 Ghana cedis. So she was paying me 300 Ghana cedis a month.
Okay.
She's now paying me back again with my own prize money. And the other girl was 1,500. So she was giving me 100 cedis a month. And 150 Ghana cedis a month. And the other one was 1,000 a month. But if you misbehave, she deducts 50 Ghana cedis. So sometimes she could deduct the whole of 300 and I'm rather owing her money.
this sounds extensively mischievous, yet funny.
I know. So sometimes I could owe her, like, since she's deducted, and sometimes she could pardon me. And and when she buys you something and you misbehave, she can deduct it from the salary, saying that, oh, she's no more giving it to you as a gift.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But I spoke to Delali, right? And then I just get mixed up with people's name. And Delali and then Stephanie, and they all seem to, talk about how Ina would ask you to get money. Like, I think it was all about 10,000 Ghana cedis a month. Yet she will tell you she doesn't care about how you get the money. And Delali seems to have even suggested at a point she was somewhat pimped out. Did you ever have any of those pimping out experiences? And something that looked like, okay, she wants me to sleep with this person for money.
Okay, for me it was from both sides, from her brother and from herself. One time her brother comes to pick me up from the house to take me to the office.
And which of her brothers is this? Because I know one of them.
That's the fair one. What's his name? Basir.
Bash. Yeah, I know. But I went to Adesade College with him. So.
Yes. So Bash gave me a ride and he was like, I shouldn't go for small boys. I should rather go for older men because they can help me, give me money. So that when they give me the money, I can even give it to her sister to make the brand a better brand.
He actually said that?
Yes, that we help each other as women and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, so this guy, he's asking me to go and use myself to go and help her sister's company.
Okay.
Sort of. But I didn't say anything. It was like, so, and like I'm always covered. Because during the Miss Ghana time, I always wanted to be covered. And he was like, I have assets. So I should usually open them up when I go for such meetings. I'm not saying you should sleep around, but you have to be attractive so that the guys would, be all over you, sort of. And it's how you manage it. You don't need to sleep with somebody.
Who said that?
Bash,
okay.
Yes.
And then Ina?
And yeah, it was like, well, she's like, okay, you have to bring this money. I'm like, where do I take it from? She doesn't care. However I do it, am I not a woman? She's a woman, she's raising money. Why can't I do the same? I'm like, I don't know what we are selling that I have to go and tell somebody I need money. And sometimes too, she could call me in the middle of the night that, like, there's a meeting, I have to go.
In the middle of the night?
Okay. Yeah, let's say 11:30 p.m. thereabout.
Okay, the meeting
too. The person was too busy to attend to me and stuff like that. But it's important, and I need to raise the money. If I don't raise the money, she will deduct from 50 Ghana cedis because I wasn't able to meet the target for the month.
So in such late night meetings, who would be part of it? Or where were you supposed? Okay.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go with my chaperone, but my chaperone is a married woman, so obviously she cannot come at 11:30.
Okay, so
whenever she tells me, I've never been to any of the meetings though, but whenever she tells me, I'm like, okay, then I put my phone off. Then the following morning, it's like a huge fight.
And did you ever know any of the people you were supposed to meet for this meeting? Either men or women or,
Well, so the thing is, I'm supposed to get ready and then call her and she would come and pick me up or something. But I put my phone off and usually I would leave the house. I never knew they had a spare key to the house. So sometimes she'd be like, where was I? And then I'll tell her I was home, I was sleeping. And she'd be like, I came there and you were not there. I'm like, how do you know I'm not there if you don't have a spare key? You get it? So they had a spare key. They could come in. They could come into the house when I'm not there. And they were practically watching me.
They're watching you.
So I was like, why would you come and open the window? Because I'm naked. And he was like, he's coming to inspect the house.
Who?
So I came to complain to Ina that I don't like the way your brother comes to the house. But I did something to inspect the house. It's like, oh, he's a director of the company, so he has every right to come in at the house if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do the same. Doing the same thing, she could just come in at any time. She, her mother, anyone that they feel is important, or whoever it is, yeah, a family member, they could just come there at any point in time.
Okay.
Sorry.
Continue from there.
Okay. So I complained, and she's like, he's a director of the company. Every member of her family is a director of the company. I'm like, I can't do this because I feel my privacy has been invaded. And just like I have to deal with it. So afterwards, Bash never came to the house again. Now it was the mother that was coming there constantly, or Ina herself. And the thing is, she wants me to agree to it before she tells me the person's name. So she will not just let me
know who you are going to go to the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because she realized that I was being difficult. She realized I was being difficult. So now she was very careful now.
So this 10,000 Ghana cedis you were supposed to raise, were you able to raise any at any point in time?
Yes, I did raise some. I think I was the highest fundraiser amongst the girls. And when I raised the money, the first 10,000, she just deducted photocopy and printing. She said I've printed so many proposals, so she took the money out of the 10,000.
And the rest, what happened to it?
I don't know. Maybe the photocopy is the whole 10,000.
So you didn't get any of the money. You don't know what happened to the money.
She gave me 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay, and then the 9.
The 9,000, I don't know where it went to. That was the last time I saw it.
Wow, that's
supposed to use. Yeah, we're supposed to use that to build a chips compound in the northern region.
A church compound.
A chips compound.
Chips.
A community. Yeah.
Okay. And that never happened.
That's what the money for, but it never happened. I kept asking for the money because now what happened with the money, and she was like, I can't tell her what to do.
Okay.
Then I stopped raising money and I decided to go for foodstuffs and just items rather than money. And she was very angry because I wasn't bringing in money and I was just bringing in foodstuffs. Aside that,
why doesn't she eat all the food stuff this time? And put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, actually, Indomie gave me 100 boxes of Indomie box. She took everything. She took it away.
So looking back and all the experiences you've had, would you have, if you are given a chance again, would you go back to Miss Ghana, or would you ever participate if you were to do it again? Would you have done it?
I would never. I would seriously, if I was told, I don't think I'll ever go. I would never go. It's the most terrifying experience ever for me. She humiliated me. She spoke stuff about me. She came to disgrace me in my neighborhood, saying that the brother came to disgrace me, saying
Bash.
I have mental issues. Yeah. Bash came to say that. When her mom came to the house I don't know whether she came. This is what happened. She came to the house and I wasn't around. I was in my opposite neighbor's house. We were all watching a movie. My younger sister was there. She had come to visit me. And then she came, she couldn't find me. And the security man, I think the security man lied about where I was. I don't know why he did that. So I came to the house to get something. And the security man was like, oh, the boss was around. I'm like, okay, let me just be around because she might come again. So she came and she locked me in the room. I didn't even open her up, but then I realized she was inside. I'm like, how did you enter? She said she had a key. Then she came with a woman and she locked me in the house. So I'm like, why are you locking? She was like, why am I stressing her daughter? I'm like, I'm not stressing her daughter. So why won't I sign a contract? I'm like, it took your daughter 1 year to construct that contract, and she read the contract through the computer, and she wants me to say yes before she will print it out for me to sign. I'm like, I will not sign it because it does not make sense to me. And the mother started screaming, you're a very stupid girl, this, who are you, blah, 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 blah. So she held me, hit me against the wall, started screaming. She was holding onto my neck, so I couldn't breathe. So I started screaming, help, help, help. And she was like, stupid, saying so many stuff. So when I was screaming, the neighbors heard it, and they came to the house. But someone was guarding the house. And they fought him, and they bashed. They just came inside, and they saw the woman, they pushed her, and they took me out. So I ran back to the bedroom, and I locked myself up. And I was calling the police. It wasn't going through. Oh, I was so frustrated. So I called somebody. The person came to pick me up, and Bash came saying that I'm a mad woman. I'm lying about what is happening. And the following morning, because all that happened between 1:30 to 2 a.m. thereabout.
Midnight.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so apart from the car that was taken away from you, did you get any of your prize packages?
No, I didn't get any of my prize packages.
You didn't get anything at all?
No.
Wow. Was it because they stripped you off?
They gave me a watch.
Okay.
They gave me the watch. They took the watch back. It was a decade in my watch. They took it back. And the car. But the prize money, I don't consider it as a prize because that was my monthly salary. So.
Okay. So what do you actually think is the problem with Miss Ghana? Is it, inner party, the whole organization, or there's something else?
First of all, I think Ghana is not concerned about the pageantry anyway. So it's an issue. And it's a family business. It's about what she can get out of it. And her family, even when Nashita was going for Miss World, she wanted the second runner-up and I to pay for our hotel and flight and everything. But meanwhile, she had gone to seek sponsorship for her family. So when we saw that and we told her we were not going, she seized our passport for 3 months so that the visa would expire before she gave it to us. I had to send her mails, reported to the police that she's holding my passport, and she kept giving me excuses. She was never around. She kept flying out of the country. And it was after 3 good months, that's when she gave me back my passport.
Wow.
Yes, because she felt like we would go. Yes, we would have gone. If she had given us, we would have gone, but we won't go as Miss Ghana. Because I don't see the reason why I should use my money to do something, then you go and claim that you brought us there. One time, she was like, Asante Hene has invited her and her family to come for the Akua Baafi. But me, I'm not doing anything. No one is hearing from me. So she's inviting me to come. But I have to pay for my flight and hotel. In the hotel, I have to sleep in Golden Tulip. I'm like, no, I'm going to Adan with my friends. Because that one is my money, so I can do whatever with it. But I can't use my money for official work. Can you believe none of them went? None of them went for the program. Because I'm 100% sure I was the one that was invited.
Yeah, and she wanted to just tag along and...
Yes, tag along with her family. And the money that was supposed to be given to me, she spent it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you would want to say?
She said that she picked me up from the gutters. I don't know what gutters she was talking about, but she said I'm a nobody. She picked me up from the gutters, and Miss Ghana. Can't I see the kind of people that come from Miss Ghana?
No, she picked you from the gutters.
Like, do I see ministers' daughters coming for such stuff like in our era? Can't I see we all need the car? Like, it was just too many because she was arguing with me.
That what you are desperate or?
No, she knows I wasn't desperate because if I was desperate, I would have signed a contract and gone for Miss World.
So, what was she saying about the minister's daughter? I didn't catch that part.
No, she was like, it's not rich people that come for this pageant because they have it all. It's people like me.
Okay.
That's for my time. But from her time, it's good. From her time was the elite, but from our time is the desperate ones.
That just jump onto the pageant in order to enrich them, themselves.
To get a car and stuff like that.
Okay. So, what is your relationship with Ina like now? Do you see her? Do you talk?
I've never. Since her mom came to attack me, she just published that thing the following day. She never bothered to contact me. She just went off. And because she felt like she could use the Miss World to, she's like, if I don't do what she wants, she will make sure that I will not go for the Miss World.
Okay.
Yeah. She would never let me go for the Miss World, and she would say everything possible about me to make my life miserable. That's why she started writing stuff like I'm sleeping around, and she has my sex tape, and I was sleeping with somebody at the beach, a Rasta guy, like so many stuff. She was telling people, saying that she has a sex. I'm like, but if you have a sex tape of me, I was in my house and you took a video of me. Well, first of all, I am a sexual person. Of course, that's what they're my hormones. I have the right to have sexual stuff with my boyfriend anyway. So if you install a camera there to use that against me, I'll take it to court. So if there's any form of sex tape of me, then it's her.
So she had cameras in the house you were living?
I don't know. That's what she's saying, but I don't believe her. But I actually don't care because now I have evidence that I know for sure that if anything comes out, it's her. I can't use that to say that I should just go, I should pay. And for the Miss World, she wanted me to pay for the forms, which was 3,000 euros.
And Delali said she asked her to pay $10,000 for fees for Miss World.
Yeah, for mine, it was in euros. She said she paid 3,000 euros, pay 10,000 euros and I can't pick economy, I have to pick business class and pay for my accommodation when I go for the Miss World. And I said, then I won't go for the Miss World because me not going for Miss World, I will not die. Go for a Miss World. And then she said I wasn't going for training sections. First of all, you were not paying, you wanted me to pay for the training sections. You wanted me to pay for that. I'm like, I didn't see the reason why I should be paying for something. You go and tell people that you are the one taking care of it. So I said, I will not, if you pay for it, I'll go. But if you're not paying for any of my grooming sections, how can I go? I cannot just get up and go. You get the point I'm making?
Yeah.
And she wanted me to pay for everything. I asked her, was she going to give me costume? She said, no. So I'm going to Miss World. I have to pay for everything, including my pocket money. Aside that, the contract she gave me, she wants me to work with her after Miss World for 3 good years without any job description, without any. And when I asked her, what if I get a scholarship to study abroad? She told me, why would I take a scholarship knowing very well I have to be at work at 8 a.m.? If I have the money to be taking flight every morning to come to work, come to the Miss Ghana office, then she has no problem with it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what she said. So I asked her, so the 3 years that you want me to be working with you, what do I do? could be anything. Because, she usually loses workers.
Yeah.
So that means today I could be marketing, tomorrow I could be secretary, tomorrow I could be this, I could be that, I could be anything. I could even be a driver, because most of the time when we go somewhere, I drive her.
Okay.
And when we are getting closer to the event place, then she change positions.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Or sometimes we'll just pick the driver when we are almost getting to the event. Then she'll make the driver drive us, and we'll be sitting in the back. Then she'll be like, "Oh, let's pretend," because she knows I'm not happy, so I have to now fake in my mind just to be happy, then go. And I'm very emotional. So when I am sad, you can see from my face. When I'm happy, you can see from my face. I can't hide how I feel. So she knows that. Sometimes she could wake me up very early in the morning, drive me all the way to Royal Senchi, just go and take pictures. She won't let me enjoy this place or swim. No. She will pay for it. She took me there and said, "Let's pretend you're here for your holidays." Took a lot of pictures. I changed my tops to make it look like I was there for the weekend. And we came back to Accra.
Wow.
Yeah. When you go anywhere with her, if you go somewhere with her, you have to pay for your own expenses, food and everything. When we went for the Miss Togo, the accommodation, yes, we had accommodation. Food, if it wasn't the organizers of the Togo pageant that invited us for lunch, I'm sure that they won't be eat.
Okay.
So I became friends with some of the pageant girls, and they were like, "Oh, this. They were nice. They were happy. So they liked my hair and all that. Where did my people get it from?" I'm like, "I bought it myself." She was like, "How are you buying your stuff?" She doesn't buy anything. Everything's being provided by the management. I'm like, "No, it's different," and all that. And anytime we go for all the contacts I take, she takes them back.
She takes away all the contacts?
Yeah.
What? She takes the numbers away from you or what?
She takes the card. You know it's a card. She'll be like, "Oh, she's a queen, so she cannot take the card. So I'll take it on her behalf." And then she'll never give it to me.
Wow. That's something else.
Yeah, it's something else. It is something else.
So you would have finished, without anything to your name in terms of contacts?
No. And the percentage was 80-20. She takes 80%, I take 20%. If I bring in a deal, she still takes 20%. She still takes 80%. I still take 20%. Whether she brings or I bring, she takes 80.
80%.
Yes, 80. And it was a huge fight. She was like, "If I don't want, I can resign." So she insisted I should write a resignation letter. I said, "I'm not resigning. You want me to go off. So if you want me to go off, just do whatever you want to do and let me go. But don't tell me I should resign so you can give people evidence that I resign. No, I will not give you that chance."
Wow.
So I never resigned.
So all this money that she took, and gave you, perhaps said she would give you 20%. What did she actually do with the money?
She bought a house. She has her own house at Airport East. And she told all of us that she's a caretaker of the house.
But she was lying.
No, she was lying. It's her house. Later, she forgot herself. You know when you lie, you forget. Because she was trying to motivate us. You know what? When you raise money and one day you come and help me in organizing the Miss Ghana, you can buy a beautiful house like the way I bought my house. She forgot herself. And she said that.
Wow.
Yeah, she used to fly a lot, fly first class, business class, and all that. And we were, yeah. And sometimes to the event, if let's say there's event A and event B, and event A is meeting the president of Ghana, and event B is going to meet Shatawale. She'll tell you to go for the Shatawale one, and then she'll go and tell the event A people that, "Oh, I have so many
engagements,
advertised schedule. Yes, I couldn't come, so she's coming on my behalf."
Wow.
Yeah.